everybody, welcome. I am so excited to be here today for our crown chakra yoga class. We have done so much work on all of our energetic centers. We did the root, very bottom of our spine, right? And then we worked up to our sacral chakra, which is around our belly buttons, through the middle of our stomachs, to our hearts, did our throats, third eye, and crown chakras today. And if you have never taken a class with me before, you can go back and try any of those things. We could start with the crown. Maybe you'll do crown today if it's your first time, and you'll go down to the root. These classes can be done multiple times. I have done them multiple times, and I get something new out of each time I do these chakra focused classes. And sometimes people ask, what are chakra? Chakras are centers where life force energy is received, assimilated, and expressed. So you can think of it like as a digestive center where you could eat food and then it gets digested and then it gets, excreted through your body somehow. So it's like these centers receive energy, they process energy, and they also give out energy. It gives out the clean energy if you harness that clean energy within yourself. But if your chakras are blocked and you don't do any kind of work to make yourself spiritually aligned, then the stuff that you give out to the universe will be kind of like poop. So what kind of energy do we want to give out? We want to receive, even if we receive negative energy sometimes, through our chakras in a healthy way, by being aware of them and processing them, we can still give out that clear energy. And these chakras are located on our spine. Although they are associated with our spine, they are not necessarily stuck in a physical place. Our chakras can expand around us. They create this energetic force field. The chakras exist at the meeting place of matter and spirit, and each center uniquely contributes to your health, emotional stability, and spiritual awareness. So one of our primary goals in yoga is union with a power greater than ourselves. So when you do yoga, you become aware of your mind and you discover you are a conscious being having a human experience, and train your mind to serve the sacred unity of life. Yes, yoga is really good exercise, but if we take it to our hearts, it makes us elevated beings who are a beneficial presence in the world by balancing our own energies and healing our own wounds and making sure we're filled with as much light and spirit as possible. The seventh chakra, right here, our crown chakra, it's located at the top of the head, kind of goes beyond our heads to, this energy. Like think of a crown, think of this light above my head, kind of like crown chakra area. The color associated with this is often violet, but it also can be white. And this chakra is not associated with an element. Like there's some that are fire or water. This one is not. It's just spirit. So it's beyond the elements of earth. And the crown chakra is our connection to universal consciousness. So from the base, the root chakra was our physical needs, some safety needs. It was like the very basic thing. I think of Maslow's hierarchy. If you ever learned that in psychology, it kind of goes up in a similar way to our chakras. And this science of the chakras has been around way longer than Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So he might have even been inspired by the chakras if he studied it, and if he didn't, he's just intuitive. He felt this need for us to build in a certain way. If you've taken my other classes, especially if you took the third eye one, some of these exercises might overlap. And the reason is the third eye is near the crown. So some of these things are going to overlap. And we're also going to go through our entire bodies today and all the chakras with our movements. We'll be balancing everything and just having a little bit more of this crown focus, connecting to universal consciousness and spirit. Let's see what else. Oh, and my other classes, I did bring in essential oils and crystals. So just a quick thing. When I retook my own classes, I didn't have them with me. So I just did them and imagined. This is selenite. It's a light colored crystal. And to me, it has a very bright cleansing energy. So I just brought it into this space. And the oil that I'm going to just take a quick moment to inhale is eucalyptus, because for me the smell immediately like rises to the spot of my head. So if you have any kind of oils that do that for you, feel free to bring them into your practice whenever you're working with the crown chakra. And if you want to try eucalyptus, because that works for me, feel free to try that too. Join in on the yoga mat here. Alfie, you going to teach the class? Yeah, you can teach us how to do down dog? He's really good at up dog too. Okay, you can teach down dog and up dog, Alfie. This is your iPad. Your class structure is here. All right, welcome everyone. So I'm moving over to the mat. You might already be on your mat. I'm going to put this here. And if you want to get in a seated position that of your choice, whatever is comfortable, settling in. Had a lot of information and talking at the beginning of class just to review and understand the kind of work we're going to do here today. I'm going to put my palms up right now just to receive the higher energies, being receptive and willing to heal whatever needs to be healed, to know whatever needs to be known, to feel whatever needs to be felt. And if you want to close your eyes, if they're not already closed, sitting here meditating for a moment, getting grounded in your own body, giving yourself acknowledgement for showing up here today to work on yourself. And thank you for being willing to let me be a conduit to transmit my knowledge and my teachings and my connection to a higher power onto you. In this way, we are connected and we help each other. I would have no one to teach if you didn't show up today, so thank you for being here. I really appreciate you and value you, and from my heart to yours, I feel a warm sense of gratitude for all of us being here today. You are loved. Inhaling deeply into your bellies, nice breath. Exhale anything you need to let go of. Take a nice deep inhale, filling up your lungs. Exhaling anything you want to let go of. Filling up your container with light as you breathe in. And one last exhale to just let go of anything that's not love. Let it go. You are here now. If you like to just check in with yourself, what is your intention for this yoga practice today? Take a moment to ask yourself, what is your intention for your yoga practice today? As this is a crown chakra yoga class, maybe your intention is to align and balance your crown chakra or open it up. Maybe your intention is as simple as self-love. Maybe it's ease and flow or peace, flexibility. Whatever your intention is, honor that truth that came up to you. And if nothing came up to you, I invite you to take any of the ones that I just offered up as examples. And one of the universal sounds that focuses on the connection of ourselves through all of our chakras to a cosmic consciousness is the sound of Om. And we are going to chant 3 of those. I invite you to chant along with me. We take a nice deep breath and we chant Om as long as we can. We will start now. Inhaling and chanting your Om. Inhale. Inhale. The chanting invites nice vibrations into your body. It gives your throat a chance to open up. And the sound vibrates even in the crown, inviting cosmic consciousness into our spirits, aligning all of our chakras. And as we sit here in meditation, can we find our heart area and just focus our attention on our hearts for a moment, breathing in that space. Bringing that attention up to where our third eye or our eyebrows are. And then bringing that attention up to our crowns. Let's do 3 of those rounds where we focus on our heart first, focusing on the heart. Bringing that energy up to our third eye. And breathing, bringing that energy up to our crowns. Becoming aware of that space on the top of our heads and slightly above it. Bringing our energy back to our hearts. And moving that energy up to our heads. Bringing that energy up to the top of our heads. Staying connected to this crown chakra space for 3 breaths at your own pace. Knowing here that awareness shifts. The simple act of becoming aware of something already shifts what we are becoming aware of. Inviting in the ability to bring in the energies of our higher power in a clean way, process it through love, and let the positive energy flow out of our crown chakras to make the world a better place. Feeling aligned, feeling whole, feeling perfect and complete. And so it is. When you are ready, let's rub our hands together and flutter your eyes open. Maybe 3 claps, just wake up your body. 1, 2, 3, hands to the heart. Hopefully that wasn't too loud on the microphone. We're going to do the circle of joy. I'll show you one time. So we start with our hands by our hearts, and then we will go forward. You can actually have your fingers interlaced on this. Your head goes down and then going up. And then sitting up as tall as you can safely do, comfortably do with your shoulders, however your flexibility is today. Then the arms come back around and you clasp again. Feel free to change the clasp whenever you want. Whichever thumb is on top, you can change it or keep it the same depending on your needs today. Coming forward just one more time to show you this movement. Basically, we're going to do it slower, but I'm going to do it a little quick. So you have your hands here, arms forward, arms up, comes down, clasp behind you, stretch, bringing the arms in front, back to here, from where we started. And I'll guide you through this. I know I went through that a little quickly, just so the explanation part isn't too long. So starting here, this is called the circle of joy. So starting with your hands interlaced in front of your heart, bringing the arms forward, doing a cat type pose with the back, head coming forward, stretch, stretch, coming up on an inhale, hopefully, and then exhale, open the arms by your side, reclasp, inhale as you come forward with your chest, really opening the heart and shoulders. Exhale as you bring your arms around, reclasping, inhale, exhale as you go into a cat type pose. Coming back to the heart, just reset for a second. Maybe you feel your heart beating a little faster already from this movement. This circle of joy opens your heart, it opens your crowns, it allows you to build energy of joy all around you and within you. So starting with hands in front of the heart, inhale. Exhale, arms go forward, back in cat pose. Coming up, inhaling, exhale, arms open up, go behind you, reclasp, inhale, exhale as your chest comes forward. Exhaling continues as your arms go around. Inhale and exhale, pressing forward. Hands back to the heart. I feel like I explained the breathing off a little bit on the last one. Sorry about that. So trust your intuition of how the breath flows through you. Doing my best to do the movements and explain them and instruct and do them correctly. Sometimes it's a lot. So we have our hands in front of our hearts, interlaced. Inhale and exhale, arms go forward. Inhaling as you rise up. Exhale as your arms go behind you. We clasp. We can inhale as our chest comes forward. And exhale, arms go around. Reclasping, inhale. And exhale into cat pose. Coming hands to the heart. Let's do 2 more rounds of that without my guidance. Just if you need to look up at the screen and check, you can, or just do what you remember and what feels good for your body. This is your time now. Starting our circle of joy. Finding yourself in a seated position, and we'll all meet with our hands pressed together in front of our hearts. And when you're ready, I invite you to bring your hands down to your lap and start rolling your head from side to side. Not full circles quite yet, just side to side. If you feel warmed up enough too, you can start doing circles in one direction. And rotating in the other direction. Lovely, and let's start bending from side to side. Getting in some side stretches here. Inhaling on the way up and exhaling as you side bend. And the next time you find yourself on one side, maybe you continue to roll and you find yourself in a tabletop position. And from here, let's move into a cow pose on the inhale, looking up, tailbone coming up, belly dropping to the floor. Exhaling, spine coming up, arching, curling our navel to our spine, head, top of the head toward the ground. Shake out your head a little bit. Get the crown chakra awake and loose. Some of the blood going to the head, neck loose. Inhaling, coming up to cow. And exhale to cat. And go ahead and take some movement on your own at whatever pace you like. Using your intuition to hear your own body. Allowing your higher power, your connection to divine to inspire your movement. And finding yourself in tabletop again. Let's bring our right leg back and our left arm forward, and then we lift up into this balancing tabletop position and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. My foot is flexed. 5, 4, hand is open with energy. 2, 1, lowering down. Good job. If you want to do a child's pose in between, we can find a child's pose. Forehead to the ground, arms stretched in front of you. Tailbone moves towards your heels. Chest comes towards the ground. You are safe here. Great pose to reset. Coming back up into tabletop. We switch legs, our left foot goes back, right arm forward, palm facing in, fingers outspread, back foot is flexed, lifting up, holding for 10, 9, feel that energy from your heel all the way up your spine to your hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's release. You may feel the energy of your backside working in that pose, your spine, your glutes, your legs. Lots of activation, even though there's not a lot of movement. From your child's pose, take a couple breaths here. Maybe you sigh it out, letting go of any tension. Maybe you breathe in and sigh it out, just giving yourself permission to make some noise. Inhaling, sigh it out. Okay, coming up into tabletop. We're gonna do balancing tabletop to tiger. So it looks like this, you're out, and you can even lift up a little bit and then come in. Opposite elbow goes to the knee. And you open back up. I like to point my toes on this one instead of flexing. Kind of gives more freedom to the movement. So we'll do 10 of those on each side. So coming to balancing tabletop, let's bring our right leg back, left arm forward, lifting up, and coming in. There's 1, opening up, 2, 3. This works your whole back side and front side. 4. We're aiming for 10. Do as many as you can. We're at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Curling in. Let's stay in and in. And opening up one more time. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift a little higher and lower. Good job. Maybe you shake your hips side to side a little bit, stretching out your hips. Maybe we stretch our wrists out a little bit, so coming up on your knees and then bringing your fingertips to face you, tops of your hands on the ground, stretching out your wrists and forearms, giving them a break. And then palms facing down, fingertips facing you. The more you lean back, the more stretch you'll feel in your wrists and forearms. Letting that go. Hopefully we're building some heat in your body already with these poses and the movement. Left leg back, right arm forward, lifting up. We start curling in, opening up, curling in, opening up, curling in, opening up, curling in, and open. That's 5 right here. Open. 6, 7, 3 more, 8, 9, and 10. Opening up, hold, lift up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let go. Maybe shake your hips out side to side. And from our tabletop, let's start to get our palms nice and wide on the ground in front of us. Nice strong base from our hands through our arms to our shoulders. And then tuck your toes and start to lift your hips into the air, pressing back into a down dog. Your knees can be bent as this is our first one of class. And from this position, let's walk out our dogs a little bit, straightening one leg, bending the other, waking up the backs of our legs from our calves all the way up our thighs. And find some stillness. We'll take 5 breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. So in this position, the top of your head is facing the ground, and a lot of blood is going to the tippy top of your head. So this is a good pose for your crown chakra, even though it's one that you might do a lot in yoga classes and not really think about your crown chakra. It helps your crown chakra. One more breath here. And I invite you to walk your feet up to your hands and maybe have them be a little bit further apart, as wide as your mat. And we're in a forward fold. Top of the head still facing towards the ground. And if your hands don't touch the ground and your knees are slightly bent, that's okay. I invite you to grab your opposite elbows with your hands and just hang out here. Shake your head yes to positivity. Shake your head yes to self-love. Shake yourself yes to today. Yes to being here. And yes to you. Celebrating you. Say no to negativity. Shaking your head out. No to negative thoughts. No to negative energies. And no to anything we don't want. And just once again saying yes. I'm ready to receive all the good the world has to offer. Feeling that affirmation, yes, I am ready to receive all the good the world and the universe have to offer. And in some stillness here, you can let your hands fall back down to the ground, heel toeing your feet together, halfway lift. On the inhale, exhale, fold again. The next inhale, let's rise up using your core to safely support your spine. Inhaling up, up, up. Bringing your arms up, 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 till they touch. And hands to your heart. Beautiful. going to face the front here. We've done a lot of stuff where our head is towards the ground. It is good for the crown chakra, and we'll do more things with our heads towards the ground. For a minute, I want us to stretch up, and we're going to do tree pose in order to start reaching our energy up more. Okay, so in this pose, you can do a few things with your feet. You could have a chair next to you, depending on your balance, if you need it. That could help you not feel so unsteady. It can stabilize you. So your feet can be on near your ankle, they can be on your calf, they can be above your knee, or you can pull it up and have it on your thigh, or even have it in like this type of position if you want. So pick whatever stance you want. We're going to, actually let's bring our left leg up first today. So make your right leg firm in the ground, strong. Think of it as the trunk of a tree. You have roots coming out your feet into the earth. You're planted. You're solid. Then your tree trunk, your leg, is active. Pull your quadricep muscle off your kneecap so that you can stand freely on this leg. You're balanced, right? Because this is your tree trunk. It's strong. Then you bring your leg up, the other one, the left leg, to wherever you want for your position for tree. And like I said, if you want to hold on to something, you can. And as you find some stillness, I invite you to bring your hands either to your heart or to above your head, or you can open your hands like branches, right? You can also grow as we do this pose. We'll be here for 5 breaths. Inhale. Maybe as you're in this position, just let your universe, your divine consciousness, your higher power know, I am grateful I can stand here today in this pose, however this pose is showing up. I am grateful to be here. Thank you for another day. Bringing yourself back into a standing position, shaking out the standing foot, letting that experience go. If you found yourself judging at all or any criticizing thoughts coming up, let it go. On an inhale, exhale, let anything judgmental go. In an instant, we can shift our moods. With breath, it helps. Getting your left leg nice and sturdy in the ground, or whatever opposite leg you were not standing on. Imagine those roots growing into the earth. Your leg is a tree trunk, nice and strong. Pull that quadricep muscle off your kneecap, activating this muscle, front, back, everything is strong. Nobody looking at you would know how much you're working, but you are working. And then bringing that free leg to the position where you want to do your tree pose. Hands to the heart to start. You can be on your hips too if that's more comfortable. The less you move your arms, the easier it is to maintain your balance. If you stare at a single point, a lot of people find that helpful. So inhaling here and exhaling. Some people like to close their eyes in tree pose to challenge their balance. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. Top of the head is towards the sky. Think of your divine connection with a higher power, being united. Letting that go too, shaking out your other leg. It's funny, when I look at a point on the wall, my balance is great, but when I look at myself on Zoom, I'm like, just wobbly all over the place. Oh, there's something pokey on my yoga mat. Okay, Just looking. Sometimes I make a plan for class and I start to change it. Like I was gonna do a quad stretch on the ground earlier, but I'm moving it to here, which makes more sense actually, because we just activate our quads in tree pose. So right now we're going to bring up one leg, whichever one you want, and grab it behind us. And just stretch out your quad. We're doing a flamingo pose. You can bring your opposite arm up if you want, inhaling into that quad that just acted as a stabilizer and support for us. Thank you. Thank you, legs, for being so strong. One more breath here. And release. Shaking out your standing leg if you want, rolling your ankle. And we'll switch to the other side, grabbing your foot behind you. And once again, you could have a chair you hold on to, or the wall if you need the support. If you're not holding on to anything, you can bring your opposite arm up. We will be here for 5 breaths. I love flamingos. I bought this flamingo snow globe a few months ago. And I got the idea from when I was teaching kids yoga at a camp. You could put glitter in a jar and then shake it up. And then they have to watch it until the glitter falls. And they calm down, like if they're too riled up. Like letting go of that. I didn't make my own glitter jar, but I wanted to find a snow globe. And I went to all the stores. Let's roll out your shoulders a little bit. I went to all the stores in the neighborhood to try to buy a souvenir of that neighborhood and get a snow globe. I didn't find one, but I finally, let's like rotate side to side a little bit for our rib cage, inviting some movement into our bodies. We're gonna go like basically through all the body parts and areas to our root chakra, and then moving your hips in circles, just waking up that part of our bodies too. So I bought, later on once I came home, I found a flamingo snow globe that's really pretty, rotating the other direction. And it just makes me feel happy every time I shake it. And it also reminds me of this vision I have. Okay, we're gonna widen our legs a little bit and bring some pillows in front of us, or blocks, or anything you have. Unless your head goes straight to the ground and you're super flexy, you don't need this. But if you want some support, you can stand up, and then we're gonna start going into a forward fold. So hands on the hips, head to your support, and then just hanging out here. We're gonna be here for several breaths. You can bring your hands to the ground. You can interlace them behind your back. This is for your crown chakra. So my vision that I think about when I see the flamingos is the feeling of sitting in a comfortable chair, drinking some kind of cool beverage, and looking at flamingos on a vacation with my significant other. So I bought that a few months ago to help me remember that feeling I want to manifest. So, once that feeling manifests and I actually go on that vacation, I'm going to share it with all of you. Have a lot of great things manifesting in my life. And it takes some work and effort to stay in that good vibration. I have to choose happy thoughts, process the negative things as they come up in healthy ways. I had this manifestation class for a while, which I would love to bring back one day, or make some videos so people can do them on their own online. And we'll put up a song, an upbeat song, and dance thinking about all the things we want to manifest. And it really helps, and it really works and shifts your energy. Because the higher our energy is, the better the things we will attract. And the whole chakra work has a lot to do with that. The goal of this is to clean and align our energies so we're receiving high vibrations and giving out high vibrations, and we become a magnet for all the good things the world has to offer. Release your hands if they're clasped, bring them to the ground, and then we can heel toe our feet in.
Hanging out here for just a couple breaths in a forward fold. And then bend your legs when you want to come down to the ground, and we will find ourselves in a seated position on the ground. If you want to be in this thunderbolt type of pose, I have my knees like this and my hands on my legs. I'm going to do some skull shining breaths. So if you've done it with me before, you might already know how this works, or if you've done it in another class, I'm going to just briefly explain how it works. We have our mouths closed and we breathe out a little bit forcefully, not dangerously, but with some effort, out of our nose. And that is where the effort is, on the exhale. The inhale just happens naturally as you release your belly. So we have an exhale and release. Exhale, release. And the air comes in through your nose naturally. Let's try to do 10 of those. Do them at your own pace. So the point of this is to think of light coming out of your skull as you're doing these breaths, creating a shining light all around you. So ready? Start doing it now. Release, and stuff came out of my nose because I did not blow my nose before we did this. So if that happened to you, it means you were actually doing it right, because you want to be breathing forcefully out your nose. Sorry if that's gross. I will take the embarrassment and the shame. You're alone wherever you're watching this, maybe. Hopefully no one saw anything come out of your nose. Okay, please don't rewind the video in slow motion and look to see if you saw snot coming out of my nose. We're gonna do 30 of those breaths now. So as you're ready, inhale, and we will start. Releasing that experience, and there was no snot coming out of my nose that time. I guess the first round got all my nose cleared out. Inhaling, exhaling, feeling the light around your head that you just created through your breath, the shifts in your energy through all the movements we've done. And then when you're ready, we're going to come into a pigeon pose, so you can bring one of your legs back, the other leg coming forward, foot coming forward. And we'll start upright. The back leg, if you want to check to make sure your foot's not twisted in a weird position, that it's pretty much straight behind you, you can look back. And then coming down. If you want blankets or pillows in front of you so you don't go down too far, feel free. And find your expression of pigeon pose that works for you today. Be here for 10 breaths. Now your breathing may be faster than my count, it may be slower. Let's all take one more deep breath together. Coming up the way you came in. And transitioning to the other leg being in front. Ooh, my hip. I feel like I need to take like a little break where I just stretch out before I get in the other position. So take your time. We're in no rush. Finding pigeon on the other side. And if you want pillows or a blanket in front of your head again, feel free. If you just want to stay up the whole time, you can. If you want to come down to the ground, you could also do that too. 10 breaths here. We'll take one more deep breath here in this position together, inhaling and exhaling. Coming up. And you can find yourself on your back after this pose for our final resting pose. Getting settled in for Shavasana. Letting everything go. If you have any perfectionism tendencies, let's give yourself a chance to do the opposite and say, everything I did was perfect just the way it was, and all the work I did was good enough. I am good enough. The simple fact that I showed up was enough. No one's going to give me a grade on my yoga practice today, but I have given myself love, and that's worth more than anything else in this world. The love in my heart is gold. The love in my heart is golden. Inhaling and exhaling, sitting in Shavasana for a couple minutes. Enjoy.
yourself back into your body and rolling over to one side. When you're ready, push yourself up to a seated position. You can keep your eyes closed or open them to safely get into your position. My dog says, class is over. Let me out of this room. Okay, rubbing our hands together and placing our hands by our hearts. We did start the practice today with some ohms, so I invite you, if you like to do 3 ohms with me, you can pick whatever pitch you want. We will start now, inhaling. Inhale. One more. I'm sorry, my dog is making me laugh. Can we do that one over again? Do one more. Inhale. Thank you so much for doing yoga with me today, friends. Come on, you Alfie. Come on, let's say bye to everybody. Say thank you. Say thank you. Okay, we'll let this guy out and we will close the class. All right, everybody. Sending you much love. I hope you have a blessed and wonderful day. I can't wait to see you again. Namaste, if you like that word at the end of the yoga class. Namaste. Namaste happy, namaste inspired, namaste flexible, namaste nice.